trauma drains creativity if unprocessed. And down the line, you keep reinforcing the loop, because once conditioning takes effect, the cycle of harm and relief becomes familiarity. In creative fields, we will tend to glorify the struggle. What if the struggle mode is an outdated version of yourself? What do you do then? What happens when you're ready to reinvent yourself, when you're sick of being sad? What if there's still craft, still play, still freedom to harvest? True freedom. What if you want to be fucking happy? What happens then? You're attracted to authenticity, raw nerve, and that's a gift. But when it's the only signal in your life, in your artistic practice, it's a loop. A few anecdotes from my own story. I came into my musical world in the middle of a storm. Extreme health issues, domestic unrest, mental health edges. The music said, you're here, you can still exist. So I built everything, practice habits, friendships, identity, around being the one who survived. And the refuge was real, but the safety net became the house I started living in. It worked for a while. At least I figured out soon enough what I wanted to do as my vocation, as my profession. But as I fathered my education during my conservatory years, at some point the body and mind rebelled again, where I couldn't play for months, my technique faded, my purpose, the force of that reckoning, the question that it brought wasn't just how do I keep going anymore, but why. My first confrontation with why I even became an artist. And over the years, I had to rebuild not just the practice, but my entire stance on this topic. And I gotta be honest, I say this from a space of caring and love for you listening, hoping you won't repeat these mistakes. I watched peers who never made that transition. It didn't end well. They stayed in the cycle, stage fright, I'm not good enough, the wounded role. In some cases, the narrative even served them temporarily, professionally, but eventually tethered them. And before they realized it, it had enmeshed itself as an inherent part of their persona, and eventually their entire life. So to clarify though, I too have totally been guilty of it, leaning on the story of my pain as if it gave me permission to keep struggling all my life. And I'll tell you this from experience, the hardest question to ask when we're in the thick of these stories is this: am I addicted to my own trauma because it defines me, gives me something to lean on, or is even lucrative? Ouch and phew. Exactly.